Shalom. Hold on. We're out here, Baltimore. Bring out Isaiah 4:1. You know how we do. Get right to it. Alright. All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushua, Ba'Shem, Kakwadash. This is y&ymission. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who do well. y&ymission teaches the 100% truth doctrine. That's GMS. I want to go into Isaiah 4:1 and basically lock it. Isaiah 4:1, decency and order. Okay. That's how you want to have your women, all right? I'm speaking to myself first and foremost, okay? Decency and order, and with all things, what? Decency and order. That's what the Heavenly Father says, all right? So Isaiah 4:1, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Okay, so this day is coming up quick. Okay, as you see, the downfall of industries. Okay, Esau. Okay, the white man and these 2/3. Okay, women of the tribes, particularly the black women. Okay, Latina women. Okay, thrive off of Esau's systems and his industries, and they're going kaput. Yahweh is tearing them down, bringing them down to naught. Okay, so these women are going to need a new set of orders, a new set of structure, and a new set of instruction. Okay, and they're going to get that from who? Men of the Lord, servants of the Lord. Okay, men that have the wisdom and knowledge of this truth, that are able to be stable in these unstable times. Because remember, a lot of men, okay, out of these millennial and Gen Z men are going to be unstable, okay, once all hell breaks loose. Jacob's trouble, okay, famine of the word, okay, these wars, domestically and internationally, okay, these men are not going to have the answers. They're going to be freaking out, and a lot of them are emasculated, okay? They're not in their masculine frame body, okay, in order to handle what's about to happen, all right? So as things collapse, as things are brought down, okay, these women are going to need what? Guidance. They're going to need to be told what to do, okay, where to go and how to think and how to act, okay? And Heavenly Father is going to pair women that he's going to have mercy on, that he feels that they're worth a little bit more than the other women. Remember, these women are going to be the ones that are paired with men of the Lord are going to be the best of the worst. All right, I went into that. Okay, Isaiah 4:1. These aren't going to be perfect women. These are going to be ideal dream women. Okay, because we know that this generation is a wicked generation and a very adulterous generation. Okay, starting with these women, and these women have had, this is their queendom right now. So the Heavenly Father is gonna pair the women he wants to be with certain Israelite men. Okay, men in the truth. Okay, elect men. All right, that he feels that he's going to save. All right. So 1 Corinthians 14:40, let all things be done decently and in order, right? And that's even when you're paired up with women, okay? No matter if it's 2 or 20, okay, you have to put order, okay, establish order. That is what men do. We establish order. We establish guidelines, principles, okay? We establish rules, okay? That's what we do. Women are known for what? To break rules, to go around them, to usurp, okay? To try to they don't listen, okay? So how much more in that day when all chaos and all hell's breaking loose, people running around, okay, no order in this kingdom, okay, anything goes, the wild wild west. So you, as a man, as a servant of the Lord, men of the Lord, you're going to be what? Stable in this time of judgment, okay? You're going to be stable out here while everybody else is going to be running around with their head chopped off like a chicken, okay? So the women are going to see that, and that's going to comfort them. That's going to make them calm down and get back into a frame and ready to be instructed, okay, ready to be told what to do. And they're going to do it because they're going to see that they don't have any other choice. Okay, it's going to be survival, okay? And if they don't do that, then they can be put to death, okay? And they're going to understand that, because women, all they care about is surviving at the end of the day. That's why I said they can't love, okay? They have to be told everything, what to do, how to think, how to act. And once all hell breaks loose in Babylon the Great, okay, law is already breaking down, okay? Law and order is already breaking down for the side of men, for Esau, okay? But the men of the Lord, servants of the Lord, are going to be establishing, okay, and holding on and practicing and putting into effect Yahweh's laws. And they're going to get that, men are going to get that, and have gotten that from these scriptures over the years and decades that they have been out there teaching and whatnot, and making themselves a living sacrifice, okay, to the public, okay, and to the Heavenly Father ultimately, all right? So these things that the men have been speaking of are going to be put into practice pretty soon, okay, dealing with these women, all right? So 1 Corinthians 14 and 40, let all things be done decently and in order, okay? And that's how the Heavenly Father does things, okay? And Esau tries to flip it, order out of chaos, okay? He's going to create chaos, create all these problems, and then bring his order, which is the MOTB, okay? So he's always doing a flip side to what the Heavenly Father establishes, okay? So Job 39 and 17, because Yahweh have deprived her of wisdom, neither have he imparted to her understanding. Right. So he didn't give women wisdom and knowledge like he has given men. Okay, the society will let you think, okay, that men and women are equal, but they're not, okay? And they're going to soon find out, okay, the difference between a man and a woman in these times coming up, okay? The Heavenly Father is going to show them, okay, the difference, okay? Because it's going to be creeps out here. It's going to be men that are treacherous, okay? And this society, okay, Esau's mystery Babylon the Great, America, you haven't really seen how men can really get down, okay, with the way they do things. Now, you've seen it on certain movies like Purge, The Hills Have Eyes, okay, different things like that. So he showed how men can get, but those are just movies, okay? It's gonna be a lot worse than that, all right? So that's why, as a man of the Lord, servant of the Lord, you gotta have your women, the women, whether you got 2 women or 20 women, you gotta put them in order. You gotta give them instruction. You gotta instruct them, guide them, direct them, okay? Because they ain't gonna know what the hell to do. They ain't gonna know what's going on, and their mind is weak, okay? Their mind is very weak. They are the weaker vessel, okay? And not only that they're the weaker vessel, Yahweh deprived them of wisdom, and he didn't impart to them understanding. So they're not going to understand what's going on. They just, you as a man and your masculine frame, because of the scriptures and because of the things you've learned over the years and experience, okay, you're going to be able to put things in perspective, okay, for the women when all hell breaks loose, okay, and understand it. They're going down right now, and they don't understand why. These women are still trying to go to singles mixers and asking questions like, why are men not coming? Okay, men are not coming because they're in a warlike mindset, okay, they're in a fight or flight mode, okay, they're handling business, okay, and trying to figure out on the left hand and on the right hand side, what are they going to do, how things gauging and measuring things, okay? So men aren't in, right now, they're not in a relaxed state. They're not in a peaceable state, okay? And women do not get that. They do not see what's going on around them. They do not see that as countries about to go to war with each other, okay? So, Job 39:17, because Yahweh have deprived her of wisdom, neither have he imparted to her understanding. Right, all right? And as these times get more perilous, get more evil, okay, judgments go out, okay, more wives are going to be brought up, okay, because these women don't have any understanding. They're going to need, okay, somebody that has the answers. In the minute of the Lord, okay, starting with the apostles and elders, a great millstone, all the way down bishops, they're going to have the answers. They have the answers, all right? Ecclesiastes 26:14. A silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. Right, okay? So these women are going to have to sit down, they're going to have to be quiet, shut up, okay, and have a well-instructed mind, okay? And a well-instructed, the only way they're going to receive a well-instructed mind in these chaotic times, in these perilous times, in these dangerous times, is through what? The men of the Lord, service of the Lord, okay? That is the only way that they're going to be able to remain stable. Right now, they're crashing out, they're melting down, okay? They're having depression, or depression is on the rise, okay? They don't see any hope or future for themselves, okay, here in Babylon the Great. So what's going on right now is that they're going to need to be, the ones that Yahweh wants to save, they're going to ultimately need to be brought out of that, okay? But we know that through the spirit of power, Yahweh is going to keep the women that he has tucked away. He's going to keep their mind, keep them sane, and keep them on focus on learning and getting closer to him, and ultimately being paired with a man of the Lord or servant of the Lord, okay? So her mind has to be well instructed. Ecclesiastes 26:14, a silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. Right, all right? So they have to be instructed, okay? They don't have understanding, they don't have wisdom, okay? So these women are going to have to be instructed, the ones that you get that are paired with you, okay? 1 Timothy 5:13, and withal they learn to be idle, wandering about from house to house, okay? Right, and you don't want your women to be idle around this time, because once if they get idle, that's why it's going to be important for you to dictate certain tasks and stuff to the women, okay? But if they're idle, they're going to be like, you know, their mind is going to start to crack. They need stuff to do. Women are like children. They need stuff to do to keep their mind occupied, give them tasks, and that'll also help overall the household. That'll also put everything in order, and also make them feel like they have a place in the household. They feel like they're part of something, okay? That's what it's about, okay? So 1 Timothy 5:13, and wherefore they learn to be idle, wandering about from house to house, and not only idle, but tattlers, and also busybodies, speaking things which they ought not. Right, and that's what women do. They ultimately gossip, okay? They have too much time on their hands. They want to get on the phone and stuff. They do these things now, okay? So that's why it's going to be important, okay, as this collapse happens, as this transition, okay, from this kingdom to the next happens, that these women have stuff to do, that they have their mind well instructed, okay, so that you keep them out of trouble, keep your household, grounded, and keep the devil at bay, keep Satan at bay, okay? So they won't be fighting amongst themselves, so they won't be causing problems, okay? And so they can have a clear understanding of what to do from day to day, okay? Because if they don't have nothing, they gotta move, they gotta do this, that's how women are, okay? They have to be doing something, and they're used to that in this society. So if you're getting the best of the worst, those women are gonna be used to, being busybodies and moving and stuff. So you have to give them the righteous side, the right things to do, okay? To be worried about, okay? To be involved in, okay? Because if not, then they're gonna what? They're gonna give in to the left side, and they're gonna cause mayhem in your house, okay? Give them tasks, okay? Different jobs and whatnot, okay? But they're good at that, okay? And women are gonna put things in order anyway, okay? They're pretty good at organization, okay? And administrative tasks, secretarial, you know, checking over things, looking, okay? Reading, all right? So, you know, whether you got 2 women or 20 women, okay, you're gonna be able to do that. They're helpmates, okay? They're supposed to be helpmates, okay? So that's what they're gonna be doing, okay? Isaiah 4:1, okay? They're gonna be helping. They're not gonna just be idle. You have 20 or 2 women, and they're gonna be, all y'all gonna just be staring at each other. No, all right? You don't want that. 1 Timothy 5:14. I will therefore that the younger women marry, bear children, guide the house, give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully. Right, so the Lord just laid out what he prefers, okay? He prefers for the younger women to marry. That means get a husband. That's what's going to happen in Isaiah 4:1. Okay, these women are going to marry, be with a man, okay, and bear children. That's the only basic way these women can be saved as well, okay? They have to bear children, okay, and guide what? The household, okay? Whether it be 2 women in the household or it be 20 women in the household. They're going to help what? Guide the household, okay? That's what it's about. And give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully. Right, so that's themselves, that's letting wicked thoughts in their head against each other or against you, okay? They're not going to let Satan gain a foothold in the household. Yahweh has just laid out what he expects from them, okay? So that's why it's real important, okay, in these times, okay, to decency and order. Isaiah 4:1, have your women decency, you know, dressing, okay, modestly, decency, and not crazy, and have them in order, okay? Give them tasks to do, okay? Have them, you know, whatever it is that you want, as, you know, each man is going to run his house or his castle differently, okay? I know I'm going to have certain niches, depending on how many women I get, then that's going to expand how many different jobs or whatnot, or tasks that I'm going to assign to the women. Okay, if I have 2 women, okay, then that's, you know, whatever those 2 women are good at the best, that's what they're going to be good at, and then I'm going to let them do, and then we all together, us 3, pick up the task. And the same thing with 20 or whatever those 20 women are good at, and then, you know, we pick up the task, we spread it out, okay? So the more women you have, the more spread you have, the more order you have to establish, the more rules you have to lay down and boundaries, the more decency and order you have to put things in, okay? So I just wanted to bring that out, decency and order, okay? And Yahweh has the outline of what he expects from them, okay? Younger women are married. A lot of these women are in their 20s and 30s and don't have any kids, okay? They don't have any children, okay? So they're going to be good. That's still considered young, okay? On this side is considered old, they're old maids. But that's why, Isaiah, you're going to be taking away their reproach, because they're going to be marked as old maids, okay? So they're going to, you know, have kids with you, okay, ultimately. And that's the only way they're going to be saved, is through childbearing, okay? We went into that and all the other Isaiah 4:1s, okay? So that's why it's very important. Decency and order in Isaiah 4:1. That's going to happen on this side, and these women are going to learn to get in order, okay? That's what men of the Lord, servants of the Lord, have been saying. These women need to get in order, okay? Decency and order, okay? Yahweh runs on things being in order, okay? And being done decently, okay? So with that, I like to say all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah Ba'Shem B'Kapradah. This is my wild mission. Shalom.